Welcome to Natural Born Talents. Today's subject is about the hype of spirituality on the internet. As I've said in previous videos, much of the information that you see on the internet about spirituality, auras, indigo children, star seeds, the Heoka empaths, and the like are usually hype. That doesn't mean they don't exist. They do. At least from my experience within this world and my near-death experience, I've seen them on both sides. However, I see a lot of made-up information about these subjects. People want to expand on them, to promote something, to hype something, without taking a look into what the deeper meaning of these things really are. And the best way to figure out if this information that you're getting from the internet is real or not is how it's presented. If they're presenting it to you as though you are one of these special people who are here to save the world, it is likely information that is being used to hype a subject that's recently popular. To confirm whether or not the source of the information is real or not, ask the person who is putting out the information how much experience they have with working with these issues. What are the sources of their information? Can you give me examples of anything that you say is true? And if they can't to any of these three questions, it is likely the channel or source of information is just taking information from someone else's experience and apply it to their own. This is very common within the Matrix. The Matrix often has all kinds of people with egos that are trying to push an agenda that has nothing to do with the reality outside of the Matrix. It's all about an ego trip. I know and you don't kind of thing. Working with these subjects such as auras is very taxing. It's very, very hard work. It's unlike anything that you can possibly imagine when working with spiritual growth. It takes time, patience, deeper understanding of how humanity and the Matrix works. What I find disturbing about these channels is that if you push these agendas through ego, you're not really helping people. You're causing more harm. Most of the videos I'll be putting out in the future on auras is dealing with specific issues that I've experienced working with people for many, many years in order for them to overcome their weaknesses in order to make life more fulfilling, or if you prefer, to move spiritually forward. There are some very advanced souls on this planet who are working with very minor issues and therefore will go unseen. On the other hand, you have a bunch of people who are egotists using this kind of information to promote their own self, and that is very misleading to a lot of people. Now again, some of these channels really do have accurate information. I'm not arguing that. It's how they use that information that is the problem. Self-awareness is the best advice I can give to anyone. If you start looking into your own psyche and look for the things that you need to grow past, you will have accomplished what you came in this world to do. Now, some people can figure this out quite easily. Other people need a little bit of a hint. Nothing wrong with that. What I find disturbing about these videos that I see on the internet coming from people who really don't know what they're talking about is that they are soothsayers, saying that you're a good person because you fit one of these psyches. That's very misleading and will take you away from the very issue you need to overcome if you follow it. But that's true of anything in the Matrix. There are all kinds of cults and things that are hard to navigate through in order to find what you as an individual need to know in order to enjoy life and move forward spiritually so you don't have to come back to the Matrix. For those who may not have heard this, the Matrix is designed for many, many reasons. and can be used to improve yourself or to destroy yourself, depending upon what you do within it. And as I've said, ego is one of the biggest problems within the matrix at this time. However, once you've cleared the matrix, you don't have to come back to it. And the way that the matrix is going at this time to the very darkest part of existence, I would think that you would want to become self-aware and move away from where it's heading. However, much to my surprise, I find that many people in this world, even though that they know what they're doing is wrong or destructive or will keep them within the matrix forever, or the inferno if you like, they don't take any of the steps to move away from it. And these people usually fit in one of two categories. One is the egotist, who goes around misusing this kind of information for their own benefit, or the person who's beginning to fall within the inferno. And you can tell who these people are because they tend to scream and yell and show all kinds of form of being a psychopath on their social media. And of course, there are the clone souls, which some people call the NPCs, the non-player characters, which I find amusing. They are real. They are just the illusion of the matrix to fill in spots for the matrix. So what does that mean for you, the individual? The individual should be honest on who they are. This will be the first step. It doesn't mean that auras don't exist, or indigo souls, or very advanced souls, or very weak souls, or, as I've said in the past, baby souls. They're all real. If you understand a little bit more on what you are in this life at this point in time, this will allow you to overcome the issue that you need to overcome in order to move on from the matrix and into the transition. Any kind of BS about yourself or any kind of denial about yourself is going to cause you a lot of problems down the road. So I strongly suggest, if you look at any of these sources about the subjects such as auras, spirituality, and even mainstream religion, you will begin to find that most of that information is to simply manipulate you, which is very common within the matrix. But again, that's part of the struggle within the matrix, so I can't argue it too much. Now, why am I putting out such a video? Well, it's simple. I have had the information that I have given out stolen and used on other people's channels. I have been harassed by people from mainstream religions and from people that come out of nowhere who have no real life. And again, I would suggest to those people is that you look into yourself, because a lot of people hide their own sins and problems behind mainstream religion, knowledge of spirituality, and so on. This is not only destructive to yourself, but it's also destructive to others who are looking for something truly insightful that will help them. While the internet can be a fascinating place to look for information, I've noticed that most of the attacks in my life are coming from the cesspool of humanity that clings on to the internet as their source of livelihood. And you can tell who these people are because they often attack others, give shallow or misleading information, negative knee-jerk reactions to something that is good or true, or the many other narcissistic pursuits they may have. And the main reason for this is because they know somewhere deep in their psyche that they are very, very limited as a soul, as a human being, and they try to mask that by tearing down others, harassing them, or putting on a persona that stinks of ego. All of these kinds of behaviors will tell me and other empaths that you really need to grow past the nursery school level of consciousness. Once you grow past denial, you begin to see the truth, and once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. You will know your weaknesses, you will love your weaknesses, and you will try to work with your weaknesses to make yourself a better person. If you don't do this, you will likely go the other way, which is either in denial or an egotist or the other things I just mentioned. It's not a wise decision because it ends up just being an illusion. And if you go too far with it, you will rot yourself where you cannot come back from it. Which is why I have seen some wayward ancestors who've gone that far, individuals on the planet who are alive at this time, and many, many other race, shadow people, and many other things that are these very people who did not listen and try to turn it around. So to recap, if you're looking for real spiritual growth, I highly recommend that if you jump on anyone's channel, that you ask them these questions. How much experience do you have in this? Where's the source of information? Can you give me some examples of what you mean within your life? And for the true empaths and healer souls, crystals and indigos who are on this channel, you know as well as I know that this kind of work is very, very hard work. It requires an enormous amount of patience and understanding that there are truly some souls you cannot heal who refuse to move forward no matter what. I suggest that you give up on them. My ancestors and I truly love to see people enjoy their lives, to get past the things that they came in this world to get past. It gets very exciting to see people move forward. It makes it all the worth the while to do this kind of work. There's no greater joy. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions about anything, please leave them in the comment section below. I look forward to hearing from you. And with that, thanks again for listening. Hope to see you in the next video.
Politician is a dodger, a well-known dodger. Yes, he's a dodger, and I'm a dodger too. He'll meet you and treat you, shake hands and gloat. Look out, boys, he's dodging for your vote. Oh, we're all a dodging, dodging, dodging. Yes, we're all a dodging out a way through the world. The lawyer, he's a dodger, a well-known dodger. Yes, the lawyer, he's a dodger, and I'm a dodger too. He'll plead your case and treat you as a friend. Look out, boys, he's easy for to bend. Oh, we're all a dodging, dodging. Yes, we're all a dodging out a way through the world. The clergyman's a dodger, a well-known dodger. Yes, he's a dodger, and I'm a dodger too. He'll preach you the gospel, absolve you from sin. Meanwhile, boys, the money's rolling in, and we're all a dodging, dodging. Yes, we're all a dodging out a way through the world. The merchant, he's a dodger, a well-known dodger. Yes, he's a dodger, and I'm a dodger too. He's selling you goods at double the price. When you come to pay him, you'll have to pay him twice. So we're all a dodging, dodging. Yes, we're all a dodging out a way through the world. The general is a dodger, a well-known dodger. The general is a dodger, and I'm a dodger too. He'll march you up and he'll march you down. Look out, boys, he'll march you on the ground. Oh, we're all a dodging, dodging. Yes, we're all a dodging out a way through the world. The lover is a dodger, a well-known dodger. Yes, the lover, he's a dodger, and I'm a dodger too. He'll go into town, he'll call for some wine. I'm afraid a great many the gallows will find. And we're all a dodging, dodging. Yes, we're all a dodging out a way through the world. The doctor, he's a dodger, a well-known dodger. Yes, the doctor, he's a dodger, and I'm a dodger too. He'll treat you and cure you for all you possess, and when you lay dying, he'll rob you of the rest. And we're all a dodging, dodging. Yes, we're all a dodging out a way through the world.